She does it in Latin America. But that's not all of it. She's got this van or truck because she says if you pick those medicines, by the time they get to a processing place, they'll dry up. So she's got this truck she's really proud of that goes from place to place, and it processes those leaves, or those medicinal leaves. In her spare time, she has also worked with UN Women's Regional Office on a project to prevent the trafficking of women. So rather than tell you the scale and scope of her work, let us show you this very short video. Video, please.
In the fight against global AIDS, there is one woman from Thailand who has almost single-handedly taken on large pharmaceutical companies to deliver essential anti-HIV medicines to some of the poorest countries in the world.
In Thailand, in those days, in 1992, there were 150,000 HIV patients, and only rich people can get access to treatment. So what about the rest? If you are poor, you die. It's not fair. It's a human right, really.
Pharmaceutical companies were selling the medicines at roughly $18 a dose per day, but she was able to provide doses to patients for 92 cents a day.
Once I make this 3-in-1 cocktail, the cost of treatment was $1 per person per month. It was the cheapest therapy in the world. In September 2002, I left Thailand and I worked in Africa for 12 years. I went to Democratic Republic of Congo. The town is very poor and it's very dangerous, and start from building a factory, teaching local people to manufacture ARV drugs. 80% of the employees of the factory are HIV infected and they need treatment. They were my family. There were so many projects to do and a lot of work. I can be born 10 times and I cannot finish my work in African countries. My aim is to help local community empowerment of women and those poor people or unfortunate people in southern Thailand.
Yeah.
So, but the way to do it, you must have something to do it. That is to manufacture this product, and then local people can grow, can cultivate medicinal plant and send to our factory, so they can earn extra income. They can have pride in this collective achievement. Recently, I have achieved a dream. My dream comes in the shape of a truck. Inside the mobile herbal processing truck, specialized machines wash, slice, and oven the herbal plants in microwave, which helps to reduce the drying process from 4 to 7 days to only 2 hours. The speedy processing of small amounts of herbal plants gathered at one time decreases the chances of them getting rotten or causing fungal contamination. The truck and Suansaranrom model propelled me to travel to faraway place in Peru. There can be no one-size-fits-all solution. But I believe that the dissemination of knowledge, expertise, and best practices in the creation of employment opportunities from the cultivation, processing, and manufacturing of herbal medicine will assist our Peruvian friends in the rehabilitation of former drug users. All projects in many countries, setting up manufacturing in poor areas in China, India, Indonesia, Thailand, the Philippines, and in Africa. That's why African people call me gypsy pharmacist, because I don't have a home. I travel all the time. Everywhere is my home.
She's a businesswoman, but she's not out to get rich. She's a businesswoman who's out to create a sustainable business model that helps people, that creates a product that's very, very useful. She's as much of a hero as Martin Luther King, as Albert Schweitzer, as Mother Teresa.
There are so many things to do in the world, this world. Wherever you go, there's a lot of work to do.
It is my honor and pleasure to give the 2022 Global Women's Leadership Award to Dr. Kaisantu.
President Irene Nadividat of Global Summit of Women International Planning Committee, Madam Kopkan Watanavarangun, Chair of the Thai Host Committee, dignitaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am profoundly honored to be present among women and men in this prestigious gathering who are inspirational model for the next generations of our global society. I wish to thank the Global Summit of Women International Planning Committee and the Thailand Host Committee for Women's Leadership Award, recognizing my lifelong endeavor to bring about positive change to increasing access to essential drugs for all, regardless of race, sex, ethnicity, social strata, and especially for the most vulnerable segments of societies, particularly the poor, women, children, the immigrants, and stateless people. My works now focus on the communities. Most are located in the remote and security challenging regions of Thailand, namely the three southern border provinces of Gala, Pattani, and Narathiwat, along the northern Thai-Myanmar border in Tak province, and in the villages of northeastern Thailand, in Mahasarakam, Roi Et, Srisaket, and Surin provinces. This chapter, and very likely the last chapter of my life-saving journey, commenced in 2009, when I returned from the African continent after spending 12 years there, assisting and providing technical know-how in manufacturing HIV/AIDS and anti-malarial drugs, constructing new drug factories, and renovating the existing manufacturing facilities in some African countries, and teaching local personnel on quality assurance of medicines in 17 African countries. The African people showed me their philosophy of humanity, Ubuntu, I am because we are, a concept in which our sense of self as a human being, our humanity, our parenthood, are fostered in relation to other people. In my own interpretation of Ubuntu, it is our collective duty of care that will strengthen our community and country, and thereby making a positive impact on the future of our society. I believe in teaching people how to fish for themselves rather than giving them fish. Empowerment matters. Empowerment helps to create equality for the people to attain overriding pride of human dignity. Through my countless journeys in this endless health mission, I have witnessed the economic and social transformation of the Thai communities and the individuals involved in our various projects. I have an abiding faith in global sustainable development, and in its pursuit, I follow the footsteps of His Majesty the King Bhumibol the Great's signature approach. Philosophy of Sufficiency Economy, or SEP, to understand local people desire to be accepted by them and to help them to develop their full potentials. To put it simply, we must empower the local communities so that they can stand up for themselves, they be creative and take care of their communities and take ownership of the efforts to solve the problems at hand. Thus, the notion of explosion from within. Of course, there's no one-size-fits-for-all solution, but we can learn best practices and solutions, innovations, achievements, and mistakes from each other. By embracing the SEP and holistic approach to development, I have worked with all stakeholders, hospitals, provincial and district health personnel, the business companies, regional universities, local schools, religious community leaders, farmers, women and the youth, and also the local communities in remote area of southern Thailand under a framework called Lankasuka model for 13 years to alleviate the poverty and generate additional income for local farmers in organic herbal plant cultivation and processing. Ladies and gentlemen, I firmly believe in the human potentials and their capacity building to be creative and inventive. Life goes on with or without the pandemic. We live in exciting times, challenging, yes, unpredictable, yes, but steeped in numerous possibilities if we choose to make things happen and never give up until we reach our goals. This is a belief instilled in me by my grandmother, who was a nun and could not read and write. But she taught me so many good lessons and life experiences. Let us engage all sectors of society, government, business sector, educational institutions, communities, individuals to realize this altruistic vision, empowerment, equality, and dignity for all. Thank you very much.